Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today is going to be a quick video, but it is going to be one of the most important days in cryptocurrency and finance, period. Talking about the Fed today is going to give some growth rates, and most importantly, they're going to have their press conference and talk about their interest rate decision. Now, the interest rate decision is going to be most likely nothing happening. So if we go to, if this loads, let's hit refresh. Today is July 30th. Okay, great. It's not working. Let's try to refresh the whole site again. Let's see if we can get this. There it is. 98% chance of no cuts. So I think no matter what, we're probably having no cuts today. There is a very small chance. We did have some economic data that is looking a little bit negative. If I go to like the weekly chart, does it show me all the stuff that we've done? Yeah. So basically, oh, it doesn't show me the past stuff on here. I forgot. You have to kind of go back. But yeah, so we had some, I think it was new jobs openings that was a little bit lower, which, you know, the Fed is basically looking for two things. They're looking for inflation and they're looking for jobs, unemployment, employment, etc. Now, on other news, if we look at Bitcoin, we are basically just in this bull flag. No matter how you draw it, you can say I have a bunch of lines on here, but you can draw this as a regular standard bull flag, which is a channel that is moving down. You could also kind of draw it as a narrowing wedge that's pointing down, which is also bullish. You can also point it as like a literal flag like this, and that is a continuation pattern as well. So the odds are that we're going to break to the upside out of this. Now, we could definitely have some fake out to the bottom. There's going to be a lot of volatility today. However, right now on my market cipher B indicator, I do have an affiliate link below if you want to try it out. We have a bullish breakout pattern. So what you're looking for on this is a big deep drop. Let me make this a little bit bigger. You're looking for a big deep drop down to this level with a dot, and then you're looking for a reset on this side, and then you're looking for a smaller wave with another dot, and you're looking for the money flow to look like it's going up. Okay, so the money flow was actually quite low. It was about a 3. And now the money flow is a 7. So that's pretty huge. We have some news we'll go over too, because there is some bullish news. But you can see last time this pattern was like basically down here. You can see this, we have a big drop, we have a reset, and then we have a smaller wave. You could also look at it in this one right here. So a big drop, smaller wave right here, and you can see what kind of happened since then, right? We've had a big breakout. So I do expect this to break to the upside eventually, but there's going to be a lot of volatility. So all of my leverage trades right now are underwater pretty badly for altcoins. So the last couple of days, altcoins have been dropping, right? So here's Bitcoin dominance, 1, 2, 3 days, again, rejected off this moving average. So came down, rejected, came up. There's a lot of support in this area. So we rejected to the downside. It's basically just chop. It looks like we're maybe trying to form some sort of a flag, which is, again, a continuation pattern. So if this breaks to the downside, we will continue down just like we have done from here. Big drop down and has continued down. However, the only other thing is we did kind of get rejected off this before and move straight back up and up to new highs. So of course, that is a possibility. Everything is a possibility. We could not see altcoin season for a couple more months, and we could see this go up and even sweep something like 70%. Now, that's not my base case. I don't think that's what's happening. I think this will eventually break down and continue to move down because, after all, we don't have much left in the cycle. But let's talk about some news, some really bullish news from yesterday. So this is kind of funny. Bitcoin new all-time high. Please tell me you will take some profits. I will buy the top forever because Mr. Sailor from Strategy bought, where is it? Right here. 21,021. It's a funny number, right? So there's 21 million Bitcoins. So 21,021 Bitcoin for $2.46 billion. So he raised a bunch of capital for one of his new listings. I think it was, I don't know, STRF or STRK or something. He has all these different products now that have different, limits to downside, limits to upside. He introduced a new one that basically has a interest rate, like a dividend that's being paid out constantly. And some people were like, oh, maybe he's going to hold the cash to pay the dividends. Nope. Bro bought $2.5 billion of Bitcoin in one day, and he happened to do it pretty much at the bottom, 117,256. So if we go look at that price, 117,256 is right about here. So that means he either bought it about noon, or he bought it in this pullback here. So if I go back to the 1 hour, you can see when this was yesterday, Tuesday, you can see he bought it pretty much right here at noon, or right before the announcement at that pullback there. So quite interesting. He actually got a good price in terms of that day. Now we've just been chopping within a range. So I mean, when I say good price, I mean, these are all, you know, if the price goes up a lot, it doesn't really matter if you bought it at 117 or 118 or 119, right? If the price is, I don't know, let's say 220K, which is roughly my target for the cycle. Talked about that many times. If you're new here, my base case is Bitcoin is going to move up towards this higher range of this curve, maybe going to hit about 218, maybe 200, maybe 195. And this is going to be roughly about October 1st-ish in timing. These cycles are very predictable. At least they have been for the last 4. So if that continues, we'll see a nice top there, and then we'll see a reduction into the bear market. Some people are saying the bear market's over because of all these treasury companies, or these treasury companies are going to cause the bear market. That's kind of my thesis for this whole thing here. You can see altcoins are definitely selling off, at least compared to normal here. So if we go to the total market cap, we're actually green. You can see we're holding up above all-time highs, which is beautiful. If you look at others, we are kind of selling off a little bit. We're kind of getting rejected off this resistance here. So again, this is a big, you know, bull flag because this started from the bottom side. You can see this line, actually, if we draw this line and we extend it, let's go extend to the left. Where is it? Don't extend lines left. Okay, so if we do that, boom, you can see this kind of comes all the way down to this low here. So I should just go to the weekly. I guess that'd be a little bit easier to see what we got going on here. But yeah, so that's what we have going on. We're looking at this huge line that we've been following up and up and up. It's kind of been slowing down. I think this will push to the upside. And then once we hit up here, I think we're going to break back down to the bottom side. This is a bearish pattern, but if we, you know, it really depends on how you draw these things, right? Because you can, it's kind of the problem with TAs, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can kind of adjust your lines and do this and that, but this pattern will eventually probably break to the downside. It doesn't have to. I mean, these things can go on for a very, very, very long time. I mean, this could go off for decades, and we could even break out of it. There's always a percentage to go in either direction. But all right, let's hit the news real quick. What else do we got? This is really important. SEC improves in-kind creation and redemptions for all spot Bitcoin ETFs. So this means that you could take your ETF and you could say, all right, I'm going to turn in my Bitcoin ETF and I want Bitcoin in return. Or you're going to say, all right, I'm going to give you my Bitcoin and you're going to give me the Bitcoin ETF. So this is what this in-kind creation and redemption means. So this goes both ways. Very important. And you can see another really interesting thing, Visa and stable coins. So Visa, here's their transaction history, stable coins. Boom. In 2024, there was more stable coin transactions than Visa. How do you like that? 2025 Q1, it's like almost double. So that's pretty insane. I think these companies like Visa and credit cards will be replaced by cryptocurrencies because a lot of fees are there to be saved, right? I mean, Litecoin has dirt cheap transaction costs, Solana, etc. So I think this is pretty insane. Even the Bitcoin Lightning Network has very, very cheap fees, and I think that's going to be huge here. So they also allowed staking. Now this is huge as well because people can put a bunch of money in Ethereum, they can stake it, and they can get a yield out of it. A lot of the TradFi, traditional finance guys, are super into yields. Let my money work for me. So I think this is very huge. I think this is very huge. A lot of people, I think, are going to be putting a lot of money into Ethereum. Institutions are already putting a lot of money into Ethereum, and they're going to be able to get a yield from this. Now, it might only be 2-3%, but at least that protects you from inflation. And then you have this asset that eventually, you know, or generally trends up, right? So even if, you know, we go look at Ethereum, let's go Ethereum, let's go weekly chart. I mean, let's just clean this up a little bit. We'll go to our cleaner chart here. You can see, you know, over time, the trend is still up, right? So here's this red moving average, which is a really slow moving average. You can see it is still trending up and up and up and up over time, right? So the trend is up and to the right. So now you can hold this. and get a yield on it and still have your money go up and protect you from inflation. If you hold the US dollar, your money goes down only, and that is that. Everyone knows that. So some other interesting things. Proud to introduce the 21st Century Mortgage Act to make home ownership more accessible for young Americans who are embracing the digital age. Basically, not a reality for many. This legislation embraces the innovative path to wealth building, keeping in mind the growing number of young Americans who possess digital assets. We're living in a digital age, and rather than punishing innovation, government agencies must evolve to meet the needs. So this is basically saying that they're going to allow you to use Bitcoin and Ethereum and Fartcoin, whatever you want, and basically get a mortgage, or maybe even get some more some lending against that. But the basic thing is just, you can read it here. You follow me on Twitter if you want to read the whole thing. I'm not going to go through it, but basically that you can count that towards your wealth for a loan, for a mortgage. Another interesting thing, Litecoin, Ethereum, which is what I've been saying for a while now. You're supposed to be, gauging your performance of altcoins against Ethereum. Litecoin looks like it may have double bottomed. My indicator is also saying that we have a daily cycle low in the works here. So pretty insane. There's some stuff about hyperliquid funding rates going down. This is good. I think a lot of this is market manipulation, as I've been saying for quite some time. I think they're trying to get people to sell off before another leg up. You can see a lot of the altcoins, as I said, are going down, especially compared to the total. So the total market cap is going up. It's basically stable at 0.1% versus 8 o'clock yesterday, but you can see others is down. So the smaller cap coins are down, and if I go look at a lot of these, like here's my open trades, but are just getting smoked right now. Let's go to like Dogecoin, for example. On the 1 hour, I need to go to my trading indicator. You can see market manipulation. The price is going down. Even though Bitcoin is trending up, altcoins are trending down. I think a lot of this is kind of like a sell-off before we go into the next vertical phase. Bonk is just being hammered right now. Bonk has been a very good performer. If I go to like the 4 hour, you can see Bonk has been a massive performer, and we were kind of just correcting in this wave, and now we've kind of broken under everything. So I think the powers that be, the market makers, are trying to push these prices down. Ethereum is holding up very well. Sui is breaking down a little bit, but still inside this channel here. I was expecting this to kind of bounce off this. We didn't get a bounce. Pengu and Fartcoin. Fartcoin is still doing very bad, but it is holding the bull market support band. So that's very important. I am down quite a lot on leverage trades. If you do want to try any leverage, feel free to use the link in the description. Be very careful. You can also just use Bitunix to buy spot. I also get all of my stock trades on the blockchain, meaning I can use USD Tether on BTCC. So affiliate links below. That's going to be it for the video. Quick video. I still think the overall direction is up again. So that's what I keep saying. I think maybe we'll get a larger pullback, maybe into mid-August, end August, September, and then I think one final massive push into maybe end of September, mid-September, October, November. It really just depends. Bitcoin tops out first, then we go into Ethereum, altcoins, etc. So I think that's what's on the docket for the end of the year. I think it's going to be a big end of the year, and that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. What are you guys super bullish on? And be careful in all of the chop we got going on for FOMC, and have a great day. See you guys.